And hello, Cancer. How are you? Thank you, Cancer, for clicking here. I do appreciate you. Cancer, I am doing a reading here for the week ahead. It's always for the week ahead, as you know, if you've been here before. And I have these oracle cards that we're going to throw first to get some overall energy for the week ahead. And then we're going to hit it up with some tarot. How are you, Cancer? I hope you're well. Thanks so much for clicking here. I appreciate you. Look, if you're brand new and you want to join this beautiful Cancer tribe, it's growing crazy good. And if you want to be part of this Cancer tribe, please hit that subscription button in the bottom right hand corner and join Ten of Cups Tarot. That would be awesome. We like to be in the comments around here. I hope that you do as well. If you are brand new and you've never been here before, I'm always reading for the week ahead. So whether you get this today, tomorrow, or next year, it's always going to be for the week ahead. It's a general reading. It can resonate at any time, not just today. But if you are here real time, this is for the second week of December. All right, let's find out what is going on for Cancer. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Cancer, please. We have blame. So we have, I accept responsibility for my well-being. I don't think it's just for your well-being, Cancer. I feel like you're in an energy here where you are accepting blame from the past. It feels like you're becoming accountable for whatever it is that you contributed to, because it always takes more than one person to tango. Maybe it's things you did to yourself. Maybe it's things you did by yourself. Maybe it's things that happened with other people. But I feel like you're in an accountability energy for the week ahead. Forgiveness. I love it. Not only forgiveness for others, but forgiveness for yourself. It says, I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. When you have resentment for people, then it blocks the flow of love for everything. With your children, with your family, with your friends, it just blocks it. It blocks things throughout your business, through the place where you work. Like, it blocks all relationships. So I really feel like this is beautiful. It's a release. You're getting accountability and giving forgiveness, not only to yourself, but to other people, possibly. And it's going to release you. It's going to release you and put you in this energy of peace. Tell me more about Cancer, please, for the week ahead. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Cancer. We have grounding. It says, go deep, explore your roots. I feel kind of like the week ahead is going to be that. It's going to be really thinking through things, how you could have handled it better, or maybe realizing that maybe you put the blame on someone else when really you should have been forgiving them. Bottom of the deck, we have joy and delight. Open your heart to joy. It's not going to do anything bad for you. If you decide to quietly, look, you don't have to call anybody up and say, look, I forgive you. You can just quietly do it within yourself and acknowledge that harboring resentment is blocking you from other things. The resentment with an argument you had with somebody, the resentment of somebody did something bad to you. Maybe they did something really bad to you and you can't find a reason to forgive them. I feel like if you don't forgive, you can't be forgiven. Therefore, you're in a block. And I feel like you're really realizing that. So I feel like you are, it says, go deep, explore your roots. This could be with family situations. It could be family who has passed on. It could be that you are really in this grounding energy. This is interesting too, because Cancer, I always say that you are the Taurus of the water signs. It feels like you're really grounding yourself. And I feel like for some of you that you are trying to find forgiveness or give forgiveness to people in your family, possibly. Tell me more about Cancer in the week ahead. There's one. There's three. Okay, we'll take them. Never give back the blessings. So we have decisions. It says the need to gain clarity through decision making. Forgiveness. We have the Lovers. It could be from a past relationship, something that broke down possibly. Maybe you made a decision to leave the relationship or someone else did. And it feels like you need to gain clarity on that situation. We have the Lovers. This is a passionate connection, shared vision and values. It does, though, feel like this is past. This is not future. Like, it feels like this is something that you need to forgive from the past. You're making a decision about forgiving the lover. That's what it looks like. And then celebration. I feel like you will decide to forgive. It says good times come from hard work, time spent in good company. I feel like you're moving on to joy and delight. Is what it feels like. Bottom of the deck, we have ask your angels, seek the divine. Your angels want to support you. All right. So let's take a look at some tarot. Tell me about Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Let's get some detail on it here. Cancer, if you are interested in a private read, I have extended the sale. And the sale is going on until the 20th of December now. So there is a new coupon code that you will need. So please look in the pinned comment below this video. And it is 10% off of all of my services up to December the 20th. Let's find out about blame. Tell me about this for Cancer, please. We have the Sun. You're seeing things clearly with acutely clear. You're seeing things. It's like you're seeing things now for what they really are, as opposed to what you thought they were. I feel like that's why the forgiveness is coming up here, because of the Sun, because there's nothing that hides from the Sun. And when the Sun shows up, it's all about growth as well. So I feel like you are growing spiritually, personally, professionally. I feel like you're in a place right now where you're really stretching. You're stretching yourself into places that you've never stretched into before. So I accept responsibility. So I feel like you're seeing things clear, that maybe you played a part in some of these things that didn't necessarily work out. And now it's time to look at that. I feel like you are sort of going over those details now that you can see them, because, past vision is 2020, right? Things that didn't work out in the past, we can now see the ways that that you were supposed to go through some sort of a cycle. And I feel like this was possibly a karmic connection that you were in, and it was there to give you a lesson. And now I think you're seeing the lesson, but you're also seeing the part in which you played in getting that lesson, receiving that lesson, and what you're doing with it now. Tell me about grounding. Very interesting. The Pentacles show up here. So I feel like it's, it feels like you're, with the Seven of Pentacles looking over at the Sun, you're working on it, but you're now realizing it, seeing it now in the past for what it was. You really see that it was possibly not just a one-sided thing. It wasn't really done to you, but how you maybe contributed to it. Tell me more about Cancer. Because I feel like you're in a space now where you're living really intentionally. Like you're not just wandering about through life. You're really taking intentional steps. You're knowing who you want to spend your time with. Like it's really intentional here. We do have the Nine of Swords. Yeah, decision about the lover and celebration. I really do feel that you're about to relieve someone of some sort of blame you were holding them to. I don't think you're going to tell them. I don't think you're going to call them up and say, hey, I forgive you. But I feel like you're releasing yourself from that, because living in the Nine of Swords can be really hard on your physical health. When we worry, when we have things that, especially if it cuts into our sleep can shorten. If we don't sleep properly, it can shorten our lives. Also, worry is stress, and stress can also cause physical ailments, right? It can cause us to be really ill, really sick. So I feel like you're choosing to let go of whatever it is that's been hard on your psyche. You're choosing to give forgiveness just so you can let it go. But I think you're doing it in a really grounded way, realizing, that you really did put some hard work into contributing to whatever didn't work out. We've got the Two of Wands, looking at preparations or decisions that you made. And the Two of Wands is looking over at the Sun. So now you can really see it here, and where it actually turned toxic is what it feels like. You really do see where it actually turned, what the turning point was. I've got celebration twice. So I feel like you are in this energy of resolving something. And like I said, I don't think you're calling up anyone and say, I forgive you, but I feel like you're resolving something within yourself that you've decided to be accountable, and then to forgive yourself for the part that you played in whatever didn't work out, whatever led to you being in the Nine of Swords. I feel like you're sort of forgiving yourself for all of that. But I think that there was a relationship here that broke down, that didn't work out. And I think that you've been harboring that resentment for a while. So I do feel like with the Sun here, it feels like there was a decision that you made back here, and now you see where everything started to tumble, where everything started to go wrong. It was like I really did put a lot of effort into into the demise of whatever went down, however it broke down. Because you can blame it on someone else 100% all you want, but everybody knows it takes two to tango. Nobody's perfect, right? Nobody's perfect, and we are a bunch of imperfect beings walking around sort of slamming into each other once in a while. So it feels like here, this feels like with this devil energy here, that the reason that you're in this energy of the Nine of Swords is because you can't let go. It feels like it's an attachment. It's like you kept thinking about it, but when forgiveness shows up, you're going to be able to let it go, I think. Tell me about the Sun and blame. We have the Page of Cups. We have the Knight of Swords, and we have the Queen of Cups. So yeah, there it is. Queen of Cups is Cancer energy, right? I feel like you are realizing that maybe some of the things that you said, that maybe they could have been more compassionate. Some of the things that you did that maybe were a little bit aggressive when you really didn't know the situation. You really weren't feeling out the situation because you weren't listening to your intuition. The Page of Cups is someone who's very new to their intuition and doesn't really listen to their gut, but I feel like you've grown up since then. I want to say that whatever happened in the past should stay in the past, and that I feel like you are just thinking about it because it's still an attachment that makes you feel sort of nervous, or makes you feel maybe a little bit blue or depressed, or makes you feel a little bit anxious about what's coming up in the future. I feel like the Knight of Swords tells me that maybe there were some harsh words that could have been a little more kind, that I could have been a little bit more compassionate. I could have shown my love a little bit more, but I feel like there's no point in blaming yourself. I feel like you learned that lesson, and it's time for you to carry on and move forward from there. And I feel like this grounding is really exactly what you need, really going deep, really looking at the roots of what went on. And when you can really see the whole situation for what it was, you're never going to repeat the pattern. So I think it's really important for you to get into this grounding energy, go deep and explore your roots. This could even be that you had an argument with your mother, your older sister. It could be a familial thing. Take it as it resonates for you. It feels like there were harsh words that were spoken that could have been a little more compassionate here. We've got the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. We've got the Chariot, and we have the Page of Pentacles. So this grounding energy, right, where it says go deep and explore your roots. I feel like you've stopped growing. That at some point you stopped growing. We stopped being partners. We stopped helping each other and being on each other's side. It almost feels like with this Two of Wands looking at the Sun, somebody is reminiscing about the pattern. And maybe you've recognized that you have a pattern, because maybe this is a pattern you've been through before with someone else. It's this, a different person, different body, but maybe you've been through this pattern before. We do have the Chariot here, which is your energy, Cancer. And I feel like maybe you felt, as you look back, that maybe you let it move too quickly, that it had this, we got face-to-face, maybe you met online, we got face-to-face, and all of a sudden things just started moving way too quickly. And it feels like, the decision was yours. I think that you went along with it because it felt good, because it felt celebratory. But I feel like now that it's over, because it does feel like something here is over, you made a decision to end it. It does feel like now that this is over, you can't stop thinking about it. How does Cancer stop thinking about this? We've got the Seven of Cups. Yeah, you're confused a little bit here. You're still confused about, how do I get the victory? How do I stop thinking about this thing? It still brings up bad feelings. It still brings up overwhelming feelings. You are single now. I feel like you are. I feel like you're single and abundant, and I feel like you do get a lot of attention, but your thoughts keep going back to the place where you couldn't win. You didn't win the situation. Either they made a decision to leave you, or you made a decision to leave them. Tell me about this, the Three of Cups, please. Yeah, it does feel like it was a long-term relationship here that I'm talking about, and you probably were together maybe a year, possibly. I do see the Knight of Pentacles here, but now you're going over the details because you're stuck. You're going over the details of this was a long-term relationship and I had it, and why did I let it go, or why did they let me go? It feels like you can't get out of this energy here, this energy of the Nine of Swords. Tell me about the Nine of Swords. High Priestess. Well, you've grown for sure. You've grown. Yeah, you were the one that sacrificed the relationship. I feel like you sacrificed the relationship because you didn't have anything more to give to it here. It feels like it is silent with the two of you, but I also feel like you've grown within your intuition. You go from the Page to the Queen to the High Priestess. So it feels like you're really examining things. You really are looking through the book, looking at all the sentences, going over all the conversations. It feels like it's the thing is that I feel like this was a significant long-term relationship in your life, and I think it's damaged your want or your will to move forward here. I feel like you are now holding back from relationships. You don't want to get into another relationship. I feel like the High Priestess is giving you the perspective of, I need to listen to my intuition before I ever jump into anything again. I think you plan on staying single for a while, Cancer, and no matter how much attention you get from the people around you, I think that you're planning on staying single. I think you've learned some sort of a lesson here. Tell me what the outcome is for Cancer, please. We've got the Page of Wands. We've got the Lovers. You're not going to be out of it very long. I'm just saying, it feels like you are about to meet somebody new, that there is an exciting new connection coming in for you here with the Lovers here and the Hierophant. But I feel like you're in this energy of the Four of Pentacles, holding back, shut off, shut down. I'm not being vulnerable. I don't want anybody in my life. But I feel like you know, the High Priestess may give you a different perspective on that. I feel like you're still worrying that you're going to meet somebody who is toxic like the last one. And I feel like you do want commitment, but I don't know that you're willing to let it in at this point. That's what it feels like here. We do have the Magician and we have the Judgment card. Well, you know, if it comes back around, you just may give love a second chance. Not a person that you know, new love. I feel like this is new love here. This is a new spark of excitement. But it feels like with the Judgment card here, the universe is going to give you another chance if you want it. But I feel like, you now know your intuition. You have better tools. You can feel people out. I don't think it's ever going to be the same situation that you went through, because I think it was really heartbreaking for you. I think it really changed a lot within you. So I feel like that there is some sort of a new commitment coming in here if you want it, but the universe is giving you a second chance, but you have to decide to take it if that's what you want. All right. I'm going to leave that right there. Thank you, Cancer, for coming here and watching. I do appreciate you. I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back because I'm always back. Thank you so much for watching. I'm out. Bye-bye.